Hey everyone, it's Tom. We're at the Modelers Retreat here in Plymouth, Minnesota with the Twin Cities division of the NMRA. And we're going to take a walking tour and hopefully you guys will ask some questions and have some comments and we'll see who's here. Hi, Tim. Tim's here. If you're watching, say hi. I'm on my phone and my gimbal, so hopefully we'll have some somewhat level photography today, but don't hold me to that. So what's up, Minnesota? Yeah, Tim. So we'll take a walk. I'm going to swap the camera to the other side and then we'll walk through the models. Right now a clinic is starting. Scott Thornton is here from Iowa Scaled Engineering. Hello, Jacob. Welcome. Iowa Scaled Engineering. He's doing a clinic on the proto throttle. These things are amazing. His company makes them amongst other great stuff. So let's go check this out. Here we go. Let me change this here.
Then we'll walk through your.
There we go. All right, so down the hallway here, and we shall see. Oh, camera. Hey, Greg. It's a good crowd here. We got registration. Very, very reasonable. $10 if you're an NMRA member. $15. And we'll have Bob Rivard. Amazing two-line models. I apologize for the darkness because you can see that he chose this prototype. Photos. EFB reefers. Just like that. Bernard, hello Bernard. Hello Indian Head. Bob Rivard, two-line model. Sand cars. Central car. And then we're over here to Bill Sampson. We follow through the Milwaukee Road. Showing how to weather cars with the panel line wash. And you got accurate maps if you want to design a layout. It's Marshalltown, Iowa. And just how much industry you can fit in.
I'm stopping, I'm turning the throttle all the way down, which on that case happens to then be full speed that way. And it's
The brain of the operator.
yeah.
So Bob, you can wave. There's Bob. This two line. So what do you got here? Just F units or what?
Just F
Just
units.
F units.
Just F units.
Yeah.
Oh, Sioux line guys
This
got
is
me.
25% of the Sioux Line's F unit fleet right here.
Is it? Okay.
From the first unit that they purchased, not quite to the last, but there's about 4 or 5 years of F unit construction, starting from the F3 with the tall ceiling fans, and then right away you go to low ceiling fans. March along, you get to here. Now you have a square winterization hatch.
What did the winterization hatch do?
You're an engineer, Tom. So tell me if this is wrong.
You're live on YouTube. They want to know.
My understanding is they were able to shut it in order to keep some of the exhaust, the cooling fan action. Keep
Sioux Line would do that because they're up in the freezing cold concrete.
yeah. So then they went to round winterization hatches, and there's a whole bunch of other little tiny
Idiosyncrasies.
idiosyncrasies. That,
Well, you've done it well.
thank you. Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can have an argument over that daily.
I know.
So, hello, Lynn. Lynn's here. And okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was talking to, there's chat here, so I was just,
Yeah.
people are listening.
Oh, okay.
But no, those are beautiful. I like,
Hi, everybody.
okay.
Yeah.
That's Bob. He's a really smart guy at one of those universities we won't mention that I graduated from. And this is Joe, Bug-Eye Joe. Say hello, Joe. Joe's building resin kits.
I always look like this. I'm not bug eyes.
He's building a resin kit. And for technology, he's got a camera on there. And then for people with bad eyesight like me, they can see it. So what do we have here, Joe?
That's a good chunk of the Edmonton L switcher fleet. And so,
Is that 25% too? Is that what you mean?
no, I don't think so.
Okay, so what do we have here?
So this is the Atlas HH660. This is the Hallmark HH1000 with the Atlas guts in it. That's a Kato NW2. That's a Atlas S2 and a Stewart VO1000.
Very cool. You did all those yourself?
Well, this one, can't you tell the lettering is white, not
Yes,
silver?
right.
So it's,
That's right. Yes, the big argument there.
right. And so then here I'm building a sunshine kit of a
Hold that up sideways here.
sunshine kit of an Edmonton L 24,000 series box car.
And what goes into a sunshine kit? It looks like parts all over.
Yeah, so you can see the weight on there. So there's a casting. The ends are castings. The sides are castings. The roof is a separate casting, and then the doors I just added on are separate.
Hold it upside down so you can see the inside. Okay, cool.
So this particular one, you had to assemble the box. A lot of them these days come one-piece bodies, which makes it a lot easier.
Why do you have a lighter?
On my, maybe I didn't bring it with me. I have here it is, the glue looper. When see, look, it's broken. But that's how sometimes I put the cyanoacrylate
Hold it against the
on.
lighter so I can see the
Yep.
white.
So you see the loop is broken, so I have to replace it. But the super glue gets into the loop and gets full of it, so you burn the super glue out.
So you can just
Apply just
a dot.
of super glue.
Perfect.
So
All right.
that goes in there.
I like it. Thank you, guys. Beautiful.
I've never done that.
Okay.
Yeah, Doug Iverson.
Yeah, it was.
This is all Maryland and Pennsylvania.
Yep.
You talk. I just want to say this is a beautiful brass.
So who'd you work?
I was self-employed. I was a consultant engineer. I worked for all sorts of people.
Brought maps of his layout.
How's it going up there? Yeah, no,
Kind of show you the whole room here. This is the model room. And if Tim's still here, we'll show some graffiti.
I got some sense.
There's the model.
They're not.
There's the prototype.
They're fine. They're not bad.
You want to be on TV? Okay. Now we'll talk to this guy, Mr. Dan Dosa here. What are you showing here?
Well, Mr. Gazer, I'm showing some Minnesota commercial railroad locomotives.
So which one is this? Now this is a what? What's the make?
These are both Broadway Limiteds, and this is an Ather.
These SW what's?
We have an SW 1500.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, I lied. Yes, SW 1500, an NW2, and then of course the GP7.
Oh, very good. And you're demoing something here, right?
I am. This is a simple technique for making gravel-covered tar roofs, and I use product chinchilla dusting powder, available at pet stores and Amazon. It's a simple technique. Spray paint, sprinkle on, let it sit for a minute, shake it off. And what it will do is it will allow the base color of the paint to show through. It doesn't obscure it, but it gives a nice gravelly finish with a little bit of sparkle, just like a real gravel roof.
But it gives a texture to it. Okay.
Exactly.
Very good. And this is the product here.
That is the product, and this is, of course, just
Chinchilla.
one brand that can be purchased.
You got to bring your own chinchilla.
Chinchilla is optional.
All right. Hello, Heath. Heath is here. And Tim. We're here with Tim Danielson. Tim brought some beautiful Great Northern model. What do we got here, Tim? What are we looking at?
We got a 602 GP7. This will be 679, which is a GP9.
Oh, yeah.
The Hustle Muscle.
The famous Hustle Muscle. Now you're putting new fans in there. What do we got for fans? Those cannons?
Those are Canon.
What else has been modified?
I'll put the part there. Firecracker antenna.
Beacons.
Beacons.
You got winterization. Now, we heard about
Winterization
that. Looks like you did some stuff on the fuel tank too.
Yeah, I replaced the plastic fuel tanks that were molded onto the shell, and then added the cables and fuel tank detail.
So tell us about the freight car. So now we have, looks like a 4750.
This is just an Athearn blue box. I tried a weathering technique I saw, which is just basically taking burnt umber and just slathering it all over, and then just taking paper towels and just wiping it off in layers. And
Captured the look really well. Really, really well. And this is, we got Great Northern back here. This is a prototype. So
this is just one that another blue box that I had shaved off all the molded on grab irons and ladders and put on separate ladders and some detail.
to make it look better. All right. Yeah. And then more Milwaukee Road. I like that. It looks just like it. That's really good. All right. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
All right. Go over here to Heath. We got some N scale. This is Andrew Higstead. Andrew's not sitting here. He's probably at the clinic. But we'll look at his beautiful Northern Pacific models, which are all N scale. It's got the freight units, cabooses, U33s, SD45s, FTs, N-scale steam engines, dual bugs, passenger, resin kitties working on there, N-scale freight cars, trailer, let's get back, line car, Some other N-scale cabooses. And some nice structures back here. Looks like some kind of depot. Carpenter's paper. Looks like he modeled it after this.
This was a good book.
All right, we're going to go down here and look at the T-track for Heath. Hello. Different people have different modules, Hartsul. As you can see, they're in various stages to form a little layout. There's the undone ones. Some scenic ones, like Heath was working on. Pretty cool. T-track. All right, so now we have the scratch builder at N scale. These are N scale. That's the first depot we made. He drew up plans. This is Colin Sullivan. Colin Sullivan. This is my first attempt. And this was the first attempt, which to me is pretty darn good. It's all scratch built in styrene. Hello, Bernard. I am at the Modelers Retreat, Railroad Prototype Modelers Meet. And this is what he's working on now. See the trains in the back, the columns, a lot of work in there. Yep, you're correct, Heath. This is see the trains back here. The lower level. That is really cool in N scale. And then here, some diesels. Echo signs. Now we'll go over to the S scale. So this is all the S scale. 164. And this is by Ken's S scale. And this is some of the things that are available. And then Mike Ostertag is here. These are some of the things he bought. It's all S scale. That's pretty cool. Milwaukee road switchers for his own private line. Resin kits. Modified brass shells. Northern Pacific potato car. I don't know if you can see it, but it has texture on there. The Northern Pacific sprayed these cars. So it has a conditioned air. Great Western. It's on a scale. And on a box car back there. And then we got structures here. Spot. It's got a little story here. Brantford, Connecticut, I guess. RPM is a special interest group of the NMRA. So here you can see it's going to build the CNW 1524. It's got the 3D castings to make the air tanks. These are chassis. And he's making a couple of Sioux Line Jeeps. These are yours, Shane, right?
Yep.
So who makes the casting then, if you can tell us?
The Jeep 9s are American models.
Okay, so American Models is an S-scaler?
Yep. They do a lot of S-scale stuff. These are the Jeep 9s. This, to make Jeep 7s, I cut the long hoods off. You can see here, put the Jeep 7 long hood on them.
Okay, what difference do you see between a 7 and a 9?
Well, they're visible differences you can see. Mostly louvers,
Okay, so
but also the grills.
Okay, so the grills here and here are different, and then the
This is
amount
the Jeep,
of
top one is the Jeep 7 and the Jeep 9. You can see the louvers are in different places and all that.
Very cool.
So I'm just a little picky on that.
No, you should, but that's what you should be. You know, you want to model those specific engines, 378 and the 401. Fun swim. How do they run now? Who makes the drive?
That's American models as well.
American Models.
Yep, they come pretty much. So their engines come like this. They pretty much look like an old Adler blue box, the detail and everything. They run roughly the same as an old Adler blue box, but they're easy to clean up.
And you have DCC in there?
Yeah, those are all TCS wall kits in them.
TCS wild kits lighting. Nice with S-scale, you can add more room.
Yes, no, because they put bigger gearbox towers on them, so they're really tight. Motors are a little bit bigger.
Okay.
When I put this shell on there, you'll see that there's not a whole lot of room left over there. So.
Okay. All right, so it's still the same problem that everyone else has. Hello, Robert. All right, thank you, Shane. All right, so let's go over and look at some passenger trains. Here we have Greg Smith's passenger train. This is North Coast Limited. 400. I guess this is a mixture of kit bash, brass car sides, different models. See, there's actually people. Sleepers. Lewis and Clark car. Diner. Standard coaches, long distance coaches. Dome coach. Short distance coach, dome coach. RPO. Water bag. I mean, the F9s in the front here.
Why is it?
Shorter Great Northern train and a long Chicago Northwestern 400.
You almost got me to buy 2 shades a while back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these are beautiful trains. Take a look at this 400 coaches. Called the boat tail lights. Of course, none of us ever get 2 paint schemes on theirs. So this is what you can see in an RPM. People display long passenger trains.
That's quite a dismal. How long have you had that?
It's a gimbal. Oh, for a while. So, where's your name? Who are you? You're Mike, right?
Mike.
This is Mike. Mike, why don't you tell us what we got here? What are we building here? These are
This
fine
is a
scale.
foundry, and when it first started out, it was the town blacksmith. You can see that a lot of the lettering is faded out. Since it became a foundry, this is the pattern shop. And over here is the office. Over here is where they cut all of the wood.
These are fine scale kits, well detailed. These are
This
just
is
gorgeous.
Sierra West scale model.
CR West.
See, there's where they're cutting all the patterns and all the forms and molds for all of the foundry parts.
Okay, so yeah, they make the molds for the foundry and then send it off like a water tower up there.
Yeah,
Beautiful
They
brickwork.
make parts like this. And
I see you brought your paints. Are you explaining how you wash this or
yeah,
paints?
these are acrylic paints, but they're made by a company over in Spain called APN Interactive.
Okay.
They're different from the regular craft paints that you get.
Right, the 99 centers, yeah.
You get these at Michael's, they're about 50 cents.
Yeah,
But they're thicker paints.
right.
If you get these like Vallejo, they're much, much thinner. And if you're painting castings and figures, it's just a lot better in terms of how they look. Thinner paint, real dry very quickly.
So what are we looking at here? This is, give me
This
a
is-
quick tour here,
This
please.
is a fabrications company,
Okay,
and it's metal fabricators. They do welding. And they make parts for. They even do make propane and oil and a bunch of things supplying the other industries in the town. We got a big scrap yard.
give it a spin, please, and let everybody see this side. Oh, this guy, we got a guy there.
The office in there, and that's the welding shop.
Guy's back here working.
This is, I think, what they call a pattern shop in this part of it here. This roof is removable. It goes on and it kind of tucks under here.
But it allows you to see the detail that you worked on
Right,
inside.
if you put an interior on, it's probably not going to be very visible,
Right.
but it tucks in there pretty good.
Oh,
And
that's clever.
I like to make the roof removable as much as I can because then you can put an interior on.
That's really clever. And how'd you do the sheet metal here?
Those are individual pieces of corrugated aluminum, and you cut them with a small paper cutter that the stamp collectors use.
Okay.
And you make them into sheets, and then you used to dip them in etchant, but you have to hazmat all up. So now I just use powder and stain and paints to get the rust of the figure.
Is this where you're doing some washing and?
I moved into O scale. This is going to be a tractor supply.
Oh, okay. So you up going into this
I've
guy.
got the basic structure done. And all of these parts, these are metal, zinc or what other some other light metal. These are resin castings. That all of these castings and detail parts are going to go on this diorama over here.
Excellent. Wow.
Most of them will fit on the inside or outside the building, but there is going to be a Caterpillar under repair. This will get all rusted up when I build up the Cat. It's about a 1930 version of a Caterpillar. There'll also be a Bates tractor, but that'll be down here. There'll be 2 or 3 other layers of foam to make up a little hillside.
All right. Now look at this, guys. They're digging for something here.
This is a mine. Whether it was a silver or gold mine, I don't know. I've got a fictional ore on my railroad that's supposedly from the Black Hills. It's called Puriot. P-U-R-I-E-T.
Oh, sure.
It doesn't exist anywhere, but it makes a good story.
I like it.
Mine is pretty straightforward.
Is this
There's
a kit?
Huh?
Some part of a kit or scratch built?
Mostly, well, everything is, the wood is, but the parts, again, are like...
Okay, so you scratch built the wood. Okay, because that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun. It actually, there's a lot of timbers and roof and rafters underneath there that you can't see once they didn't make this one removable.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal. And the stumps.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Some of these, some of these take several months to build.
Oh, sure.
This is over 10, 15 years. I've got several larger dioramas.
But you enjoy the process.
Yeah.
And this is about what, a square foot?
They're all 12 by 12.
12 by 12. So you're looking at
This
1
is
square
12.
foot.
But, yeah, I might have spent $200 on each one.
200. I know it's just
This is an O-scale project. This is a scrapyard,
right.
and something like this is going to come in. The whole idea there that'll all be taken apart and scrapped. And I'm not sure why it broke down, but it's O-scale, but it's a 2.5 foot gauge. That's actually HO track. And
Okay,
O-scale, that
They
becomes-
call it ON30 or
yeah,
something.
ON30.
Okay.
I don't think there were any ON30 layouts. They're either 2 or 3 foot, most of them.
See the signage on it. So
A lot of
salvage
these
ones.
are just paper sheets that are supposed to look like metal. It's rusted, but I guess from the internet you can look on it, look up. I forget what the name of the thing is, but you can print them out and stack them up and it looks like metal.
All right, let's see the back here. Give her one more spin while we get the beautiful sunlight on you there. You can see the brickwork and the rock work here.
Yeah, those are resin castings, though.
Okay.
They're not individual bricks.
Yeah, no, that's pretty.
The rock is this over here on the brick side. That's actually a hydrocal casting, and it breaks real easy. But if it breaks, you just put some white glue and stick it
Yeah.
together.
Oh, neat. Like downtown deco kits. Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. That. He does a lot of his in plaster, but a lot of them, like Tom York, they used to do his in resin casting.
Okay. Nice. Well, thank you, Mike. Thanks for the tour. I'll go over
It's a
here.
good show. There's a lot of great models.
There is a lot of good models here. So we're looking at Brian. Brian's probably at a clinic. And Brian is modeling a portion of the Minneapolis and St. Louis, or the Minneapolis Northfield and Southern, which was a short line here in the Twin Cities, and he's modeling the Atwood Industrial Park. And here he's got it scaled out to make it into Fremo modules. South, it's got peninsulas up here. It's got the name of the manufacturer, and he's done all the research. Hot Point, Dewey Hill, and this is the work he's done. So overhead view, list all the industries, the map, all the ones he's going to model, and in one of the M and S books, there's pictures of it. And he's got a nice start for modeling a really, really cool prototype. This is one of his first modules. And the bridge. This is HO scale. We'll come over here, go down this way. We have a beautiful leaf landau. We have wasabi's in the house. And we have a huge Yellowstone flying white flags, smoke 229. Huge steam engines, Hollow North trains, Great Northern Cabooses. Nice little senior rebuilding an SD9. Some cabooses. What he's modified. So neat little display. Come down here, another ongoing clinic. We'll talk to this lady. Is my friend Greg Dahl. And he's using this product called Photo Transfer Matte Finish. Comes in a jar. And apparently what he does is you print out a sign on your, you print it out in reverse and you cut it out. And then you can place it on the side of the building. It works well on these plaster ones. And you put that product on, and it molds it right to the side of the building. It makes it look like it's old faded sign on these downtown decor kits. Greg also likes building bridges. Got a little bridge module here. concrete span. That man is the Missouri Northern. See the girders there. Little diorama. And meander down here. And we don't have a name. Some modified AccuRail box cars. Titchy rebuilt. Here's a resin car. All that under detail. Accurate gondola he's making. Funero and Camerlengo. And then a coastline car. I'm sure Nisi would like that. Jimmy Anderson. He's making some mock-ups here. Test them out this way with drawings. And then creates it out of styrene. Looks like he's making the old neighborhood house. Is these yours? I don't have I don't see a name. But who you are?
Kevin Foley.
Kevin Foley. Hi, Kevin. And these are just real quick. What are we looking at? These are the BN Taconite cars.
These are BN Taconite cars. I got an explanation of how I built them and stuff right there.
Very cool.
I enjoy your stuff.
Oh,
you really
thank
do
you.
a nice job.
Thank you. These are beautiful.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure once you get the whole train made, Atherton will come out with them. That's the trick.
I'm betting on it.
That's the trick. That's what William did with the SDLs.
And we all thank him for that.
You have to ask Greg Smith about these. Did he tell you the Dave Zupan joke?
I remember seeing it was MDC the Roundhouse ad. They were gonna make them after Zupan made about 100 of them.
Yeah, they made up a fake ad and gave it to him.
It was funny.
We're funny. Thank you. All right, so here we go. You saw the NP. Here's the Great Northern. This is by Bill Dredge. Looks like a modern builder. We got STP 45s. Great Northern coaches. Big Sky Blue. Doom cars. Coaches. Now this is interesting because it's painted BM, but you'll see it still says Great Northern. This is pre-merger. Great Dome. And the sleepers up the back. So that's Bill Dredge's. So you can bring long trains. So Heath, you could bring a whole circus train. That would be great. And then again, we have more maps. This is a map of, we're trying to figure out what area this is. Hiawatha. This looks like the old Milwaukee Road Yard. But people bring maps to display that they've had. You can get accurate train things. And of course, everybody's favorite thing, the donuts. The donuts are brought to you by Ken Zeska. Say hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
There's Ken. How's it going?
You know it's going well. We're
Okay.
having a good time. People are happy. A lot of good model railroading
I'm
energy.
gonna get you in the sun. Okay.
Okay.
So what's going on today? We got clinics.
Clinics, a lot of displays, a lot of people having fun. You know, it's all about sharing and camaraderie. And if you notice, there's a lot of models that are partially built.
Yes.
And that's something we really put an emphasis on is bring stuff in that's partially built. Tell us how you did it. Share that information. So that's what we're at.
It's very good. All right, thanks for your time. We're
My
going
pleasure.
to continue the tour here. We're going to look at some 3D. Where is it? Oh, there's one. Thank you. All right, so we got an Eligo here, any cubic photon mono. It's printing away. It's actually printing box cars, entire cars. And that's it painted. Here you can see. Whoop. Lost my gimbal. There we go. Let's see. There we go. You can see them on the sprues. They're drying. Parts. Round holly things. What do you mean by holly things? And here he sees 3D printing, where he's injection molding ties with, if I can get it over the white here, the face plate, fish plates. And you make, you'll actually have the tie plates on the ties. You take these and glue it to these, and you have them. And then you can stain them. This is Eric Boone's. In scale layout. Is this yours?
My daughter's. Yeah.
Oh, your daughter's. Okay, what are we looking at here? Eric's here.
Well, this was her 6th grade Minnesota history project, and she's over there. I should have her come and tell
Yeah, you should. I'm gonna get over here in the sun so people can see you.
Well, let me go get her.
Okay, you go get her, because we like N scale. Keith is here. And this was a school project, so here's a nice layout. And we got those prints. Oh, Tim wants to know, how long is one of those prints? I think about 3 hours. So if I'm looking here, I'll ask Eric, because he'll be right back. This one has 3 hours and 6 minutes left. And it's got that much into it. So the print is about 3 hours or 4 hours. The guy, they were asking how long.
This one's about 5 3/4.
And who are you, young lady?
I'm Emery Good.
Okay, very good. Now, daughter, very good. You could be this. One of my daughters is my son too. So what do we have here? What are we looking at? This is your project. So what? How did you build it? What's the base out of? Is that foam or wood?
It's made out of foam and some
Just the insulation
board
foam.
sorts. Yeah.
And you carved this.
Well, with the help of my dad,
Your
because
dad helped you.
with the carving part.
Okay, and then you did the track. We got trees and clouds and switches. Did you put in the switches then? Did you help with that? 'Cause
Dad helped with
we got
putting
some
in the
ground
track, and I helped build the buildings.
Oh,
and get the
nice.
landscaping.
What did you like doing best?
I like building the buildings. It's really fun to just build them.
You like the structures?
Oh yeah, I really like it. And
Okay.
also I did the trees too. I had to paint this plastic wood here, and then I had to and then I got them all with, and I painted them with glue. So then I put these on. I just sprinkled them kind of like snow,
Okay.
and then they just kind of yeah.
They look good. They really look good. What do we got? We got deer back here?
Yeah. Also on newer installments,
Okay.
and well, for those the cows.
We got some moo cows over here.
Those
We got
cows
people-
aren't the newer
A
installments.
couple guys working the grain elevator.
Yeah.
We got people at the depot. Very nice.
And also I had some of the horses here too.
Oh, there's animals. There are 2 horses. So this was for school. This was a project for like art or science or what?
This was from Minnesota history, which is
Oh, for history. Oh, very good. History of the railroads. Yep.
in Hill's time. He owned the Great Northern Railroad. He was a big railroad tycoon.
Oh,
And so we did a lot of research for the project. Like we even on spring break, we visited the Golden Story Mill, which is what this is kind of based off of.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we got all the Great Northern cars.
And also the little train station too, because they did a lot of the passengers.
Everybody's waiting for the Great Northern train.
And these guys actually, it's funny because my dad has a garden railroad layout, and this is like the same set, just a really mini scale.
Did you paint the people?
We got them as a preset.
Okay.
So
Looks like we got, what do we got? A black sheep over here?
a donkey.
Oh, that's a donkey. It's hard to see an instant.
Yeah. He fell over actually earlier, so I had to quick put it back up because otherwise it looked like he
Is
passed out or
Is
something.
that static grass did you add there? or-
Oh yes, this is wheat field.
Okay. Some static grass and in scale. That looks good.
Yeah. So I'm really impressed with how the static grass turned out.
And then you got a little unloading dock over here, right? The rocks. How'd you do the water?
I used like this tissue technique my dad taught me how to kind of do it, where we just like kind of tissue hardened by glue, trying to make it like this, and then we kind of painted it.
Looks like a guy fishing.
Yeah.
And we got a fishing line. There's another guy fishing.
Yep, and right over there too.
Oh, There's more. Okay, must be a good spot.
Yeah. There's some fish kind of going around, small ones, minnows, maybe. I don't know. And then this is the ore dock.
Okay. Oh, I see. Like the Great Northern Ore Docks and Lake Superior. Very
So
cool.
I couldn't continue and make it super long.
Yeah, they were big, weren't they?
Yeah. My dad told me it would be really huge. Let's go over here.
I know.
So,
That would take up all your dad's space. He couldn't have his printers. Well, thank you. Good project. Did you get a good grade?
actually, this is the first time I'm showing it because, only not the first time. I had to do a video for it because it was originally I was supposed to go in the gym with it and go and show it to people who are walking around doing some street projects. They're really cool. But the only thing is that year was 2020 and
Yes.
it got. So I had to take a video of it.
We were all locked at home.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job. This is wonderful. And something you can keep adding to and change as you want.
I'm planning on maybe like taking some of it apart and then doing like maybe like a neighborhood with along some industrial areas, like kind of like a neighborhood or something. I think
That would be cute. Well, thank you. All right. Yep. All right. So now we'll walk over here and we'll see. Everybody see coming in. We have an auction going on, and so you can come in here. These are donations, and you can buy tickets. And you buy your tickets, and then you place them in the cups next to the product you want. So we've got some donation of gift certificates to local hobby shops. We got a lot of N-scale trains. We got a lot of N-scale this time. So Heath, you see something, I'll bid on it for you. And tables of things. So you can see people haven't even bid on this. So you could probably win these for $1. Engines, kits, throttles, paints and oils, scenery supplies. You know, a lot of prizes. People donate a lot of things. There's some nice construction things. Seems everybody wants those. Drawings, artwork, Southern Pacific. Get some electronics, books, British books, cross section. Penzi, there's a Penzi. Diesel years. Here's all the T-Track modules you could win. They're going to draw 5 each module. So they got 5 to give away. I could get a T-Track for Ethan, and then there's engines over here. This even has DCC and sound. Oops. I'm being clumsy here. Cabooses, cars. And then these are going to be auctioned off. Oil can, railroad art, N-scale 282, Concord one. The NMRA old headquarters in Tennessee. A DPM gold structure. I could get on the build crew. And some passengers. And then we'll go down the hall here and see the last thing. We'll wrap her up. We'll go to the clinic room. And we'll see everybody in there talking about. We'll take a walk. I forgot the Fremo layout is here. David. So now we have the long Fremo layout. AJ, we got the rail transfer barge here. Car float. We'll go down the other side.
Yeah. How did you get along with it? I'm good.
Is this yours?
It is.
You want to tell me what we're looking at here? Is that a spirit? What's your name?
Aaron Cohn.
Aaron Cohn. Nice to meet you. So what are we looking at here, Aaron?
That is a very modified Walther Sperry car.
It looks very modified. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It's got beacons going, sound,
Full interior in
full
there.
interior. Wow, a lot of work. Well done.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is powered by a Stanton Drive. Has a low sound 4 with a little speaker in there.
So are both trucks Stanton drives? Are both trucks Stanton drives? Oh yeah, there's one.
The front truck is a Stanton Drive, and then the rear is power pickup, but it's unpowered.
Okay.
That's using the same Walther's truck. Full volume gets to be a little much, but it's just running in here.
It's
Yeah,
a storage
this is,
facility.
This was a fun project. It was on and off for about a year to modernize one of these things.
I like it. I like it. Very cool. Guy in there running it, and everybody's working on the section.
Everything in there either has interior or electronics hidden in space.
No.
Absolutely.
I don't care what you model. There's never enough space.
No.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we're going through the construction scene. They're laying some pipe. I won't make any jokes about that. And people's houses in the backyard along the tracks, fences. Bridge scene. Some signals. So you can see it's just a module from there to there with a Digitrax thing. It's all standard, but you can do anything in between as long as your ends are standard. You can meet up with the other modules. Here we see it by John Zacharias, Minnesota Fremo. HON in scale with John Zacharias. Nice little river scene here. Some good looking water. Party bars back there. And it doesn't have to be flat, as you can see. John's put in some hills and a cut. Cement plant. All kinds of detail. No, Fremo can be single or double, Keith. You can do your choices. And then here we come up to one of the best Fremo modules I've ever seen. This is Mark Galatowicz's Kimball's Viaduct. This is
see the Fulmers part?
Exactly on the
This is a Fulmers
Bessemer and Lake
Hotel.
Erie
Look at all the
Bridge.
cameras here.
The road underneath the cows.
There's a sand out there.
And then it goes down to there. So it's two modules. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, Tanucci's. You know where Tanucci's is? There's always somebody parked in a lot by the post office.
Lumberyard. Here's Ted. Say hello, Ted. What are we running here, Ted?
We just ran a turn job. Just finished it. We're heading back to the yard.
This module looks familiar. With some reprobate on this module, I think. Some guy named Tom.
Yeah.
But they were asking. Everybody thought Fremo was single track, but this is a 2-to-1 module. So
Yeah.
and this is a 2-to-1 also.
It's a short runaround is what it is.
Short, so they're using it as a short runaround. But yeah, as long as the two tracks are centered this way, and the one track is centered here, you can do whatever you want in between. So they put two of these together to use as a little runaround because it's point to point. And this person has even installed control panel. They all have the Digitrax plugs. Freight warehouse back there, some farming.
No, I'm gonna use the skate track.
There's a coal train, a little coal pile, power plant.
Side rod fine.
Nope. Actually, if you're on a straight line, it runs perfectly.
Pumpkin patch.
John, you gotta run the pier job.
And then they come down into the yard.
What do you want on it?
It's you. I
You gotta tell me what you're doing. You're
run
in the
much.
street.
I don't run much stuff.
You're in the street.
And the brand new SDLs. Nice. So what is this? What are we looking at here? Is this a kit?
I have no idea. It's a gift from
It's a gift.
somebody in California.
Very nice.
I weathered it a little.
I like it. Tie cars, are these yours, John?
Yes.
You want to tell me what we're looking at here? These are John Zacharias'.
Thoroughbred models. Uncle Irv made those for me. And the rest of the cars were weathered by
okay.
both 70s. John Hill.
Okay. Beautiful. Very unique gondola.
Yep.
Just beautiful. All right.
Made from Seagull flat cars.
Seagull, okay. And here we have a slug. It looks like a Jeep 40.
So if anybody wants to run a turn job, this is set up.
And so at the end here, they got a little runaround. So your engines can skate track. Yeah. You see, they should have gone into more room here. We should have let them have.
Yeah, put a loop in there, right?
Put a loop in there. Some pretty stuff. Oh, here we go. What do we have here? Is this a Heisler? What do you call it?
Yep, River Rossi Heisler.
And who are you?
Steve Wilson.
Steve. Okay, Steve, is this yours?
Yep.
This is nice. We'll get it over here.
Matt, what do you want on the pier? Tell me.
You put it on there. That's fine.
Well, I'll go down.
That runs really smooth. That's really nice.
I'll tell you what, my River Rossi locomotives
Yeah.
are some of the best running ones I have.
Oh, good. Good.
No, they're really,
Saw it in the box.
really nice. One of these days I want to bring the Allegheny out here and put it on the out.
I love alligator. So you put a decoder in, but I noticed there's no sound. You didn't go that far yet.
Correct. This has enough room in the back end for an N-scale decoder, and that's about
But
it.
that's about it. Stuff. Yeah, I've heard that from everybody. Everybody's stuffing decoders in there. So, all right.
And I'm okay without it having sound.
Yeah.
Guys, it's
I was wondering what one of those would sound like because it's different than the chuff, but I'm just like,
right. That's right.
all right. Well, here's two reprobates right here. Spoon, say hi.
Hello.
And the curmudgeon.
I think it was this guy.
We didn't pattern the curmudgeon. So this is Scott giving a clinic. So here's the clinic room. You can see it looks like Scott Thornton in there. It's a rough crowd. That's why we're behind wire. Packed only. They're coming out. I'll go back. Give you one more look.
Beautiful scenery.
I know they did nice, Mike.
So I am the only provider.
A turn job would be a job that leaves the depot and then returns. So it's going back and forth. People might call it a way freight. They might call it something like that. Or all depends on the railroad. On the Milwaukee Road, they were called turns and patrols. So here's our modeler's retreat. Hope you guys liked it. See what can go on. Maybe get something like this going in in your division or your region, come down here and have a little chat before we wrap up. You guys have any more questions or anything like that? I thank you for watching. Hope the camera wasn't too shaky, and we'll make some more videos. But it's been a fun 2 days. We'll have lots of photos, lots of videos from this. And so check out the NMRA where you live, and check out the RPM meets near you. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're gonna go now.